You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's Revenge After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's Revenge After Show.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another Revenge After Show, Season 3, Episode 16. No, I am not Roxy Striar. I am Phil Svitek. I am apparently hosting because the girls are wearing blue, and they just couldn't be separated. They had to be, if you're watching, they had to be in this one shot together because blue and blue match.
I feel like you didn't have to tell everybody that, but yes, we did decide to sit next to each other because we are the girls in blue.
I feel like we're so cute, and we didn't plan this. We just showed up in blue dresses, and how often do we wear blue dresses? No,
blue dresses, blue lights. We're some blue people. I'm blue. If I was green, I would die.
Someone's the one thing you got. I can't. Let's fix your mics. Wiggle it.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. All right, we're ready to begin episode 16 called Disgrace. What an episode. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Oh, so good.
Yeah, we're getting some new characters, some new stuff going on. Revenge, like you said, Phil, picking up.
Sometimes, you know what I mean? I think I said it last episode, they're great at hitting the reset button, and then, you know.
We're off to the races.
Yeah. And last week we hit the reset button, and today we're off. Let's start with Voulez.
Dude.
Which, by the way, I wanted to open up with that.
Voulez-vous que j'avais
because that's what it just reminds me of that the whole time.
Can you introduce us? What the hell?
I know. Can we start with that? I can't like really fully get into.
Nobody knows who I even am right now.
Hello, Roxy Striar.
Hi, Phil Svitek.
And Anna Koppel for mayor.
Hey, Phil Svitek. Yeah.
We're missing the gallant Sarah GGG, but she will be back eventually.
I mean, I think she just really needs to be here because I miss her face, and Charlotte has been a little MIA in these episodes recently, which is why Sarah GGG, her twin, is probably MIA.
Yeah, they're one and the same.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good point that
yeah, it's deep. That's deep.
There was a great thing I had about Voulez that as we get into it, I'll probably remember again. But let's talk about this. You know, Conrad, he's got Pascal here, and Pascal's here more because of the daughter. So you know, nobody really knows quite who's playing who just yet.
Right.
So just really quickly before we go any further, some of you may know, some of you may not know. Pascal Lemarchand, is that how you pronounce the last name? Lemarchand is played by Olivier Martinez, who is married to Halle Berry in real life.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say he's the luckiest man alive.
Probably, yes.
Although he's not too bad himself, so
he's very pretty. So anyway, that's just for you all to know.
What did you guys think of him? I mean, for so long it's been like, okay, you know, Pascal, my father, this and that, and now we finally get him.
Well, I want to go over a couple things because you're right, we don't know who's playing who, but here's what we do know. We do know that Margo went to Europe to bring her father back in order to muscle Conrad out of Voulez, correct? And we know that Conrad wants to merge companies with Pascal, correct?
Yes.
So they both want something from each other. Why can't we accomplish this?
Well, because you spoke of Margo and Conrad, but Pascal has his own wants.
Right.
So.
And then again, there's that 20-year history.
That's definitely something.
Mystery history.
Let's talk about the cooking of the books, because I think, you know, in terms of the 20-year history, for me, we're trying to get rid of the buzzing as desperately as we can.
I'm really trying to.
We're gonna take 10 seconds to get rid of the buzzing. Everyone fix your mics.
I'm gonna keep talking because I don't think it's mine, but I basically just want to discuss Pascal as a human being and whether we trust him at all or not, and if he's as bad of a guy as Conrad is. Were you guys just multitasking and listening to me?
Yep.
Do we think Pascal is as bad of a guy as Conrad? Is he on that level? Because we know, I know we have to talk about cooking the books, but just him as a character. We don't trust anybody new on the show, but in my opinion, we especially don't trust him.
I don't trust Pascal.
If he's been going at it with Conrad and Victoria for 20 years, I mean, he's down in the gutter with them for sure.
Okay.
I mean, I give him credit because, you know, it seems like Pascal never wanted the deal in the first place. You know, he vetoed a deal 20 years ago, and he's still vetoing, but it looks like he's got his hands tied in this letter, whatever that may be.
I don't know. His daughter called him an evil man.
Yeah, that happened.
Okay, but that's in her perspective, it's not to the extent that she thinks it is. It's just like, okay, my father doesn't trust me.
Okay, but the thing is that when I've said some really nasty things to my parents in my day that I'm like not proud of, but I think like the worst thing that I've ever said in like a heated moment is that, you know, that I hate you.
Yeah.
I hate you, don't, but I've never said, I don't think anybody says you're
but
evil.
Let's take it in an isolated like again, let's forget it for a moment. If your father is writing off your company that apparently is losing that much money, it's, you know, you could consider him a good father of like, okay, that's your hobby, great, I'll continue to pay for it.
I don't think that's really what it was. I think that he's benefiting from this. I don't think it is 100% just trying to help his daughter out. It was a little confusing. Let's break it down. So what we have is we know Margo thought that Voulez was making money. She thought that they were in the black. Turns out that somehow by the time it gets to Pascal's accountants, they're in the red and they're losing
$1 million
a quarter.
That's $4 million a year.
Right. So I think what we're a little confused about is what's actually happening. Are the books that are with the accountants of Pascal the right books, or the ones that Margot's been seeing the right books? Is Voulez actually making money, or are they actually losing money?
I think they're actually losing money.
Right, because
that's what Conrad, what prompted him initially to start the investigation.
Right. But if they're actually losing money, then what is Pascal gaining from this? Well, we know he's using it as a tax write-off. So is he actually able to use it so much that he's making money by losing money?
Could be. I mean, I've heard of that before.
He said something, Conrad said something like indulging your daughter
right.
while something. So
while using it as a tax write-off, while using it as a write-off.
Right. And you know, Phil, I think you said you don't know all the tax laws in Europe. Neither do
France
I.
specifically.
Yeah. But yeah, sometimes that makes sense. There's some sort of shicey way to.
Yeah. It's just such a really hard moment for Margo, because you think you've created this company from the ground up and you think you're doing well and actually making money, and then not only do you find out that you are in fact losing millions of dollars, but your daddy was the one covering it up, you know, and the whole thing is trying to be independent. So must have been a really tough moment for her.
I think the bigger play though is you know, there's a 20-year history. When he said that line, I think it's tied to Conrad, because I think Conrad, you know, used to cook the books for Grace and Global, and, you know, Pascal picked that up from him. That's my theory.
Well, I don't know, though, because Conrad said that he hired a forensic accountant.
Yeah, well, I don't think you know, I don't think Conrad is good at cooking books, but I don't think he's gonna sit there and, you know, spend hours on end looking through to find it. You know what I mean? Like, there's people that can do that for Conrad, i.e., this forensics guy.
Right. All right.
So I just think that we have to keep our eye open for him. And the weirdest part about it all is that the only thing Pascal wants is for Conrad to pimp out Victoria to him. What's going on there? I mean,
first off, I love when anytime like pimping like this sort of happens, only because I say that jokingly, because it's funny to me. Like, okay, yeah, like they're a property, because they're clearly just gonna go for this.
Right.
Who's they?
The woman, because I've seen this scenario in countless TV shows and movies.
Oh, you mean Victoria's going to go for this?
Yeah. Because clearly when she accepted the Dolce & Gabbana dress, nice little plug for them, she had that line just didn't mean anything of like, this dress can touch my body, but you won't be so lucky or whatever she said.
You'll never be so lucky. What happened with them in the past? We get a little bit here and there tonight. We know that he wants her, that at one point she was swooning for him.
I joked about this, but I really don't want this. I can't have Margo be Victoria's daughter.
I don't think it's happening.
No. And what I got from that is that perhaps like Victoria and Pascal were dating, and
he
Conrad,
introduced,
right, and then Conrad swooped in and took her. Here's the thing though, and it was really interesting because for the first time I really liked Margo in this
episode. Me too, which was weird.
And because I think she and Pascal had really good chemistry. And I think that was the thing. But I didn't get that Pascal was like interested in Victoria at all. I didn't get. What do you guys think?
You mean by his acting or by the words?
By his acting. There was nothing in like the eyes or the body that seemed like he was.
Victoria's the crown jewels of the Hamptons.
Well, but he lives in Paris.
I think it's probably hard as an actor when you aren't getting scripts so many weeks ahead. He doesn't know what's happening next. He doesn't even probably know yet if his own character is full of baloney or whether he actually likes her or what. It seems to me like he does have a strong crush on her based on the words, but I do see what you're saying. It wasn't like fireworks, no.
Yeah, you didn't get like a sense of, oh, this is like...
She was being very standoffish though, so when you're not giving somebody anything to work with, then maybe that's why, but I do know what you mean. You're not going cray.
To his credit, he's French, so they have a different way. No, Germans are the worst at showing emotion.
Oh, yeah?
So are the Russians, but
Relevant.
Thank you.
No, I'm serious.
German and Russian audience, we really appreciate
I'm serious.
Okay. But
okay. On a related, like, how many times does Roxy try to give me a hug? I'm like, don't give me a hug. It's just not the way Europeans show affection.
I'm Russian.
Clearly.
I am.
Okay.
Just like multi-generational.
I'm a quarter Russian.
The point being, I don't know. You guys, apparently I'm the worst at spotting this, the look or whatever we've baited.
The look.
But I believe, I don't know. I think Pascal, his actions at the very least show that he loves her. Or wants her. I don't know. I don't know if he loves her. I don't know.
Is it because he brought her that dress?
It's an expensive dress.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but they're all friends with the designers and whatnot, so it's no problem at all.
It could have just been a loan. It could have been a loan if they were all friends.
Yep, they overnighted it. That's an expensive thing to do when you're across seas. Yeah.
So, where do we, in terms of this plan, I guess we can kind of save it for predictions, but what do you think this merger is going to mean between Conrad and Pascal?
It's just power, growing so much power.
But now you have Margo and Daniel kind of siding again, which we haven't. It's been like 2-3 weeks since we saw that, and how is that going to affect what's going on?
I think that we're gonna see for once and for all who has the power. The kids. Which generation is it? Is it their time to rise, or our daddy's still gonna whoop their butts?
What did Pascal mean when he's told Jack, "I like a self-made man"? Was that a dig at Jack and Margo?
No.
Why? Because Jack's not a self-made man.
He is. He has like his own bar. It's just not very successful.
But it's not his bar. It's his dad's bar.
It's still like family.
Yeah. No, I don't.
I think that was a dig.
I don't think so.
I think that was a dig.
Well,
agree to disagree, baby.
AfterBuzz TV. He's no Daniel Grayson,
Okay, I understand that. Fair enough. Why are you laughing?
I'm just saying.
You scribbled a thing.
We need some energy.
All right, let's talk about Emily's plan.
Okay.
The new plan.
Okay.
Weird. Blackout Emily is out. And now we have.
Did you just do the
out?
So now
I wouldn't want you to ump my game.
Like tremors.
But now Daniel wants her out as well. And he's got the pictures.
Yeah.
And apparently, I don't know what the sum was going to be, but millions of dollars on the table here for the settlement.
So
wait, hold on though. I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're fine.
I thought that the Graysons were broke, and where?
No, we got the money back.
remember, because in the blocks of gold that they found that Emily had of theirs.
No.
Yeah, we got it back.
Okay.
Yeah, they got it. Emily gave the money back.
We're good. We
She
liquidated
for
some
reason.
assets.
Okay.
You know,
They walked into a room with like blocks of gold, and she set it up for them. I don't really remember why.
we sold one painting, made like 40 million on it. We're good. We're good.
Cool. Yeah. Oh, I remember the selling of the paintings. I don't remember a box of gold.
It was a whole room of gold.
Are you sure you're not thinking?
Unless I'm thinking of another TV show, because I do a lot of shows here.
No, we're good.
It wasn't. Like
we can safely say, for purposes, Graysons are back to, you know, they may not have billions of dollars anymore, but we're in like $500,000 range.
It wasn't like a pirate show that you were watching. It wasn't a show about pirates.
No.
Okay.
Yarg.
Yarg.
All right. What was the original point being that Emily is now offered some of this?
Right. But not anymore.
But it's actually a test to see if Emily's after the money or the family, and she's clearly after the family. It's just interesting now watching Victoria catch on. Like, wait, it's so weird that she lives in Amanda's house, and wait, it's so she's putting the pieces together, and she knows something's up, and that's gonna make Emily's life a lot harder.
Yeah, but you always, I mean, eventually this was going to have to happen.
Of course.
And now it's gonna be more interesting seeing how they're gonna play off of it. I mean, in terms of the pregnancy thing, it was just perfect in terms of how it played out. You know, now Emily's making those calls and maneuvering her way.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, are we talking about the pregnancy thing now?
Well, that's part of her entire plan.
Yeah.
You know, and we'll talk about Jack Nolan and Javier as well later. But in terms of Emily, I don't know how this benefits her just quite yet. But
well, she needed the breakup to be public, she said.
Yeah.
It's just interesting that she planted it. I kind of knew after watching this show for 3 seasons that she was the one who leaked it, not Victoria. So,
but it's interesting Charlotte was in on it.
Oh, right? Charlotte wasn't in on it.
She mentioned that.
She said, I hated to use Charlotte, as in like she tipped it off to Charlotte and knew that Charlotte was going to, you know. No, Charlotte's totally Team Daniel. Mm-hmm. They are siblings after all.
Okay.
Speaking of Charlotte's going to get a little love in her life soon.
Spoiler.
One of our new characters on the show.
Not Pascal.
Not Pascal. His name is Javier. And supposedly that is Charlotte's new little love thing. So I know fans were kind of confused after the leaving of Declan and didn't know whether they wanted her with somebody, and then Charlotte went through a little lesbian period, and now she's back, and
she's hot.
I guess she's into bad boys these days.
He's not bad. I mean, he's a smart bad boy.
He's like a Nolan, only.
Yeah. He's so hot.
Except he writes in C++. Who does that?
I mean, honestly, binary.
But I wonder how involved he's going to get in this revenge agenda.
Well, let's go back to Daniel and Victoria, because this is the first time in a while that we're seeing them two really team up and be on the same page. I mean, you might, depending on your definition, you might even go back as far as season 1.
Who on the same page?
Daniel and Victoria.
I don't think so. They just aren't on the same page for very long together, but they've been on the same page. He just gets more evil and more evil by the day. He freaks me out.
You know,
but he's not very smart with his evil. Go ahead.
I'm really sorry that I don't know the person's name, but one of our listeners mentioned on YouTube, I think it was YouTube, that they think it's a total cop out of the writers to make Daniel this bad. So because this way we want Emily with Jack. Aiden's out of the picture. And so to make Daniel this evil, it's, easy for us as an audience to be like, yeah, get out of there. Like, we hate him now. Be with Jack. And I think that's such a valid point that...
really?
Yeah, I really do. I think because it was like a struggle for us before. Like, man, Daniel's such a good guy. Like,
but I think this is naturally where Daniel, like, think of what this guy's gone through, and to find out, I mean, I can see why to find out that she lied about the pregnancy, And you know, it wasn't his fault, but you know, Victoria ruined him where Sarah came into his life right before the wedding and all these things, and so it's just
Oh yeah, where's Sarah?
She's gone. She's gone forever.
She gone.
So this just seems like a natural progression for Daniel, is that like he's just getting ruined by this family. Why did Patrick leave? Because he was turning evil.
No, but I think it's more enticing remember when there was a little bit of sincerity to the fact that Emily was going to marry Daniel. She didn't know whether he was all good. He wanted to be this writer, and we still didn't know, and he was a poet, right? And I kind of it tore at my heartstrings, or pulled at my heartstrings a little more, because I didn't want him to be the collateral damage. Now I don't care if she smushes him because he's an ass, but I liked the fact that I didn't really know if I could fully root for Emily because Daniel was.
But I've always predicted that he was going to be collateral damage.
Yeah, but now I don't care because he's an ass.
Yeah,
hence he's already the damage.
No, but if he was a great guy,
he would rise above it. Is that what you're saying?
No. What? No, I'm saying if he was a great guy, then I would feel bad for him, and it would make me more conflicted. But he's not, so I don't care that she's tearing apart this family.
Yeah, I think it would be more interesting and just more emotionally challenging if Daniel remained a good guy, and I think that would be.
And he proved himself to be good despite how he was raised, despite the fact that he's a Grayson.
Despite what Emily's done to him.
Right.
Hey, I mean, these are valid points. I disagree with them, but fair enough.
AfterBuzz TV.
I think it's just the natural progression of how he's gonna go. I mean, again, it's why Patrick left, is he saw him. He had wherewithal to know that what is going on here is not good.
Yeah, because Patrick's a good guy.
And yes.
But Daniel can't leave because he's not a good guy.
Where is he gonna go? Europe?
Anywhere? Yeah, he did that. Been there, done that, fool.
Clearly that worked out. So, but what I do like is now we're really pitting Victoria versus Emily, and in some strange way, Conrad and Emily continue to get closer.
Yeah, because Conrad doesn't care. He's so degaff about the whole situation. Like, yeah, he hates his family, kind of.
Yeah.
But it's a great, the conversation they had, and he's reminiscing about Stevie, and he's really spilling his guts.
Whose real name is Stephanie Pruitt.
Yep.
Yes.
We do find out.
Wait, is that her real name, or that's just the name she used to go to visit David Clark?
No, that's her name, Stephanie Pruitt. Stevie Grayson, Stephanie, Stevie Grayson, obviously.
Got it.
Because Conrad.
Got it. So it seems like he has some sort of regret over their marriage. And what is it that he did to her at the...
Conrad has regret over any woman that kind of leaves him.
Yeah, we see that with Lydia.
Oh, right. That's right. He set her up with the DUI. It was a big deal.
Yeah. He set her up with the DUI because she was on to him about David Clark.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe that's what Pascal's referring to, too. So let's get back to the plan and the evidence.
Yeah, so in terms of Stevie, she's, we'll backtrack in a minute when we talk about Jack, but in terms of the evidence, Stevie and Emily kind of work it out. Great scene because Emily wasn't really giving her much. I was wondering how she was going to play it off in terms of how much she's going to reveal to Stevie and whatnot, and I like that she didn't and was able to get what she needed.
If we know nothing else, it's that Stevie is smart. She's with it, and she's picking things up, and nothing's going under the radar with her.
Lawyers are, great at researching.
The good ones.
The good ones are great at researching and building an argument and using logic skills,
I don't really understand how Conrad could have set her up with a DUI, though.
He knows a guy.
Oh, so they lied. She wasn't actually drinking. He lied about what she blew?
Right.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you meant like he made the cop pull her over, but that she really blew that. But I get it now.
Yes.
I'm a little slow sometimes, guys.
No worries. Yeah. That's why we're here to discuss it.
Yeah.
Yeah. She said she never drank and drove because you get disbarred for that.
Right. And she did.
She did get disbarred.
She drank and drove, just never together.
Right, yeah.
So, okay, in terms of the letter, something, DC for David Clark, TWM. What is TWM?
Tomorrow we monetize.
Monopolize.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tomorrow we murder.
Maybe. Murder sounds good.
You never know on this show.
So,
Bum, bum, bum.
you know,
Today was Monday.
I got some sound effects in me.
I like, I like how Stevie's kind of helping
Monday,
out.
Just FYI.
Today was Monday, yeah.
Thank you.
I'm going to say every time I sign off something with you guys, like an email or in person, TWM.
TWM, buzz you later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So relevant to the discussion.
It is getting late.
I'm sure our fans don't really care.
It actually, considering right now, it is no longer Sunday because of the time. TWM.
TIM.
Right.
Today is Monday.
While we're kind of off subject, let's take this opportunity to tell you about...
YWS.
It's not TWM, but it's CMM called Chasing Maria Menounos. It is a brand new TV show.
CMM.
It's stars Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro.
Who dat?
Our founders of AfterBuzz TV. Fans are gonna hate this episode. You realize this?
No, what? No, they won't.
I'm just saying.
Fans won't. People who don't like
Fans,
us already.
I'm trying. This is why Roxy should host, because it keeps her in self-check. I can keep myself in check even as a co-host.
I'm sorry. Are you
Please
calling me
tell
a
us
crappy
about Maria-
co-host?
Can we hear more about Maria's show?
Maria's show airing Tuesday nights on Oxygen, 10/9 Central. Of course, that's at night. It's
PM.
PM. It's got great cameos by me.
Yeah,
you might
actually,
see some of her actually.
It is amazing. In the first episode, you do see a second of Phil, and I'm like, "Hi, Phil." And of course, we cover the after show here, which is awesome. That's what's
And you know what? Speaking of monetizing, that helps in some weird like third degree monetize here at AfterBuzz. So definitely check that out.
It's not really that third degree. I mean, there are bosses, and they make money from that, and this is their company, so they put their money they make from that into it here.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, so definitely check it out. And whereas you guys are fans of Revenge, I think this is slightly different, but I think you guys will enjoy it nonetheless. So once again, Oxygen Tuesday nights, 10/9 Central. Check it out if you haven't done so.
It is really interesting. I mean,
Gotta check it out.
Go Roya.
I watched the first episode, and for those of you who are just fans of AfterBuzz, I mean, it's definitely like an inside look at the founders of AfterBuzz. So I think it's really cool. I think
you're onto something.
I think
and
it's a
like
neat
Revenge,
opportunity.
Revenge is a little bit later, and it's sex here. There's some definitely sexy stuff.
Ooh, our bosses.
I'm just saying.
Mom and Dad.
Yeah.
All right, back to the show. Let's talk about Jack and Stevie, specifically, and their growing relationship.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting how full circle Jack came with this. He didn't want Stevie to help Emily at all, and then by the end, he was really pushing Stevie and himself helping Emily, which was a very quick turnaround.
Well, I think ultimately it makes sense. He said, this isn't just about, this is for Declan, this is for Amanda, Emily, whatever. So here's the thing. You can either, they're going to, because the ironic part is that Conrad's going to continue to destroy Jack's life no matter what in some weird way. And especially if he's getting into business with Margot's father, and he's dating Margo, ultimately it's only going to hurt him.
Doesn't matter, though, because Jack and Margo are not endgame. Jack and Emily are endgame.
Okay, but he don't know that?
Yeah, I know that he doesn't know that, but that makes him a little less smart than I am, because I know that. And the only problem I'm having with Margo right now is that we're building her up, and I know that she's got to be gone at some point.
Okay, but let's take this episode.
No,
from an intrinsic.
I know, but I think that what's happening is subconsciously Jack's realizing that his love for Emily is greater than anything else, and that he's also seeking revenge now. So he's saying nobody can be collateral damage, but he's very well aware that it might happen.
Okay, I will buy that argument.
Is there a chance that Margo is in on taking down
her dad
or Emily?
No
chance.
No, she's so. I feel her emotions about what Pascal is doing to her are genuine.
If Margo was trying to take down Emily, that is one sneaky bitch.
Here's the thing. I don't think
that's why I hate her so much. Maybe that's like why there's a vibe and there's not chemistry between them because she's just
That'd be a weird twist.
Here's the thing. I think I don't think that's the case currently, but her and Daniel working together could lead to something like that.
Well, I don't understand. Daniel is such a weak person. The fact that like he was fired like 2 days ago. And
more like 4, but
all right, whatever. He was fired like a week ago, right?
Pretty much.
Or a month ago. It was not that long ago. And she's like, "You want to work with me?" And he's like, "Yeah, I do."
I'm in a fighting mood.
Yeah.
Daniel, when are you not in a fighting mood, honey?
And like, you know, partner up with somebody who didn't just fire you. Like, have
okay, to be
some
fair, it's
self-respect.
not really her fault.
Yeah, he's probably more pissed at Conrad about it, so.
Yeah.
Well, still. I don't know.
Well, I do see what you're saying.
I don't know.
But I do think, you know, that's obviously a dangerous combination because now you have a female partner and a male partner of a female partner and a male partner of the good guys versus the bad guys. You know what I mean? So now we got some weird stuff going on.
Yeah, but I find that when people partner together, one either pulls the other up or one pulls the other down. And I have a feeling that Daniel's gonna pull Margo down, not Margo pulling Daniel up.
And I think that's very correct. And while Jack is trying to pull Emily up, you know, the two will clash.
Oh, I think they're going to be like a dynamic duo. I'm so excited.
Which two?
Emily and Jack.
Oh, yeah. That absolutely. But Emily and Jack are on the up and up, and Margo and Daniel are on the... What's the opposite of up and up? Down and down?
Is that a real question?
I mean, is that... Do people say that?
No, they don't say
They're on the down and down?
Yes.
All right, well, I'm going to say it. They're on the down and down. You know what I mean.
I know. I get what you mean. But... I mean, I just, you know, I'm really worried because I think it's going to mess up what Jack and Emily do have going.
TWM.
And, you know, in terms of you talking about how
true.
Margo and Jack break up, I think this is the start of it.
Oh, my God.
I do think that this is the start of it. You told me that it was irrelevant because we were talking about tonight's episode alone, but as you can see, it is relevant.
We've come full circle. I take it back.
Yeah. This episode, a lot of it did come full circle, and I think that this definitely is going to be, you know, where the down and down begins.
And speaking about how Jack kind of is coming into his own, I mean, him doing that recon work, might as well, not necessarily recon work, but
intelligence.
Yeah.
You know, he big step up for him. Yeah.
$10.
So he got a new haircut. He went to super cuts. He got his.
Yeah. Did he get his haircut with Nolan?
Yeah.
Did
probably.
they go together?
They are becoming more friends.
Yeah. Okay.
So.
Now. $10, you said, if we could remember, not just the code.
Okay, first off, can you guys even remember the code?
I wrote it down.
Okay, so what's the code?
L39935.
And what is the reasoning behind
Are you sure it's not 6?
Well, yeah, he's like, get through 7 just in case you misread it.
So there's that.
There's that. So
what was the what?
The reasoning how the numbers corresponded with
September.
Yes.
Something
through June.
Through June, yeah.
Well, they corresponded with dates. We know that.
They did, and it was some
classic.
Code, and it was some code that Javier was just laughing about. So Javier is brought into the whole picture, or he brings himself into the whole picture, and we all kind of looked at each other like, should we know this guy? No, don't.
Are we bothered at all by the fact that in the last couple episodes we've gotten Stevie, we've gotten Pascal, and we've gotten Javier, and none of them look like they're leaving anytime soon?
I don't mind. I like it.
You like that we have 3 new characters within the last couple episodes of Revenge?
We lost Nico. Aiden's in Bermuda.
He's back next week, though. But we lost Patrick.
And we lost Patrick.
And we lost Lydia again.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? We lose 3, we bring in 3.
Yeah, but we know when Revenge does this, they're bringing in characters just to lose them so that we don't have to lose any of our cores.
But you know what? That's good for actors in LA.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
I mean, Hallie...
I happen to be one of them,
it's become, yeah, see? You should definitely be going on Revenge auditions.
Yeah.
It could be like...
I could have been cast in Javier's part.
Revenge could be like LA's Law and Order, you know what I mean? Just like new people every week.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
No, I'm liking these characters.
Me too. I have been. See, I would be annoyed by it if they were really, because remember,
sometimes
like Sarah. Oh, I hate.
Or like Emily's foster brother.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
Oh, he was so bad.
He was, but I really like these characters. I'm into it.
Yeah, and they have fun. Not only they're good actors, but they also serve a fun purpose.
But it's so weird to think about if you were, because we do this all the time where you binge watch a show. So if you were binge watching Revenge right now and you were starting on season 1, episode 1, and then you looked at one of these episodes, you wouldn't know half the cast.
That's fair enough, but what I like is, Nolan's been good, but he, I haven't felt that fire in him. And now he wants to code. He wants to get his own patent things going. So I like how he doubled up as a business meeting while Jack's getting the archives. And, now he's got Javier to help him write. Of course, Javier will do in C++. Then Nolan will transcode it into binary. I don't know if this is a love interest because, Nolan goes from guy to girl. We just had a guy. I don't know if now we have to swing the other way.
We know he's going to Charlotte.
Spoiler alert, yeah.
Oh, Javier is, yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean Javier's not bi.
But it was weird because if you guys remember, we gave news and gossip very early on in the season that Nolan was supposed to have somebody come into his life, into his love life. And I think that maybe...
That meant Patrick, didn't it?
Yeah, I think that maybe Patrick is the only one of the season. So...
He seemed to be, really serious about Patrick.
Yeah. I think that maybe this has nothing to... I know that this has nothing to do with that, but I think that maybe Nolan's on the love life down and down.
Yeah, I think Nolan gets into love too fast. We just lost Padma, and then Patrick came in. We were a little hot and heavy right off the bat for that.
He has a really big heart, and he just wants love.
I love Nolan. Gabriel man. Heart.
Yeah, come see us, Nolan.
Yeah, but
Winky face emoji.
I think he's got to take it slow,
Hearts in the eyes.
Double date with Emily or something.
Yeah, let's keep it loose.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't be weird at all.
Yeah,
No, not him with...
I know, but just can you just picture Emily out to dinner with the full, let's just go on a double date. Let's take a break from our Riv agenda and go on a double date.
Yes, it could happen.
She doesn't take a night off.
No. I'm just
what do you guys think of Javier overall? He's
that he was hot and interesting, and I think that it's funny when anytime anybody goes to jail for doing something kind of nerdy.
I think, I think he's hot and interesting. I also think he has a sense of entitlement and an arrogance that is...
He's a loose cannon. He could be a helpful loose cannon, but
it depends which way he's pointed.
Boom.
Yeah. Boom. I'm just coming up with him on the spot, killing the game.
We don't rehearse before, it's
I do, in my bedroom, in front of the mirror. TWM. Okay. Down.
Anyway.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we should have... everybody should tweet at us throughout the week what they think TWM is. So please tweet at us with hashtag TWM.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
or if it's more of an Instagram thing, that's okay, too.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, you know how they had the Hamptons killer and that was a big thing? I think TWM, for me, honestly, is much more important, much more bigger than who is the Hamptons killer.
Yeah, no. TWM.
That was mismarketing.
And R.I.P. Throne was great.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to talk about tonight's episode? I know we kind of were all over the map, but I feel for the most part we kind of covered everything.
What about just Jack's one-liner? There ain't no dates.
There ain't no dates.
What?
When did he say that?
With all the...
He's pissed because there's no dates on the videos.
Oh, yeah.
There ain't no dates. What show am I watching right now? Okay, Jack.
Well, he's
that was all.
He's not a hacker, so he's not gonna know of okay.
Carry on. Not carrying. Ooh.
Oh.
Throwback.
I loved Nolan in that meeting of our time is precious. And he's like, I can afford you.
Boom.
Yeah, but can you imagine being the lawyer in that room? I'd be like, F you.
Yeah. I don't want to do business with that guy for sure, but I want to be that guy.
Oh, yeah.
I can afford you.
Why?
I just want.
How can I make that kind of money?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd be
we
like,
are paid the big bucks here for sure, so one day.
Lies.
I'd totally be like, if that was my client, I'd be like, hey, okay, you need 40 minutes, we'll be back in an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We'll okay.
We'll run the clock.
Yeah.
Put it on my black card.
Yeah.
Mm.
Anyway, any other news and gossip that we didn't kind of insert into the show?
Nope.
So predictions it is.
Nope.
And now, your AFTERBUZZ
You guys want to gamble?
TV
Want to take a gamble?
predictions.
Okay, we didn't quite talk about this, but tonight, you know how I feel like this is it's borrowing off the CW format in the sense that every week we have to have some sort of party.
Yeah.
We couldn't get a party this week, so we went to the opera.
Right.
I hate the opera. Just FYI. And it was how
Even Pagliacci.
Okay, so Roya, can you cancel that reservation that I made for us next weekend? Continue.
Anyway. But which we didn't talk about. I mean, because here's the thing, it was so dramatic with the opera swelling and Emily running down the stairs.
She looked so beautiful, and it was such a beautiful dress, and
it was like Cinderella
it was
running
like Cinderella.
home.
Yeah, it was exactly like that. I was like, when is she gonna lose her shoe?
I did think it was a little unnecessary to start the episode with that, though. Like that 1 second.
We always kind of
moment.
bookend it, though.
They do that.
Yeah, I just don't really, unless it's something. I don't know. I just didn't.
Fair enough.
It wasn't.
The point being, next week we couldn't get a party together, so we go gambling.
No, I think that it was a gambling party.
Yeah.
Okay, but you know,
I get your point.
clearly we need to go
Sure.
gambling.
Yeah.
I'll let the transition slide. Yep.
But it's much like there's that movie about the devil.
Ocean's 11.
No. If you let me talk, I will explain.
Devil Wears Prada.
No. There's that movie. It's a black and white movie. It's I forget the director, but it's
Wizard
basically
of Oz.
it's
That was not black and white.
Heaven and hell basically play a game of chess. Like literally, they play a game of chess for like lives and things like that, and that's what it reminds me of.
Harry Potter.
No. You'd have to go to the Criterion
Bobby
section.
Fischer searching for.
I don't think Harry Potter is in the Criterion section.
No,
just yet.
but
What
they
about
do
Bobby
play the
Fischer?
game of chess for lives.
Okay, that's.
Are these our predictions? I'm so sad and confused right now.
These are not. I'm trying to get to the point of it because how symbolic that they're playing what appears to be their lives through luck and chance.
It's gambling.
Yeah.
That's
they
clever.
think-
I
And
like where you're going with this.
It's because okay, there's that one shot, literally Victoria with her curled hair, by the way.
They all
I
have
know.
curled hair. It's like big and frizzy.
Yeah.
And you have Emily versus
What was
her
the theme of this party?
gambling.
Yeah, but there
like bad hair day.
yeah, I don't know. It
Like
wasn't the best
I don't know
one.
what's
Probably like the 20s, and they like.
Yeah.
got
no
the
no no
shoe
when
girls
when
and-
was like Vegas's heyday? When did the show
Right
Vegas
now.
take
Yeah.
place?
The show?
The show on CBS
Yeah,
Vegas
yeah. I don't
that
know.
was canceled after one season, but that was like the start of the heyday.
I don't know. 80s.
I would say 70s, late 70s maybe.
Whatever.
So maybe they're dressed like the late 70s.
Okay.
We see we see
Ryan.
Jack like being like his eyes are just popping.
Yeah, and then Daniel talks to Charlotte about how he wants to take Emily down. I mean, I think Charlotte's the only good Grayson left, so
Oh no, she's on board to like.
I'm nervous about it. But once
Wait.
Charlotte finds out that Emily's her sister, which is going to happen eventually,
Yep.
We've got 5 episodes left.
sure.
So we've got, we'll see how this kind of ends.
Well, I predict
That will happen. I predict that too.
I predict that Stevie's gonna be the one to tell Charlotte that Emily is her sister.
Ooh, good prediction. I predict that Stevie ends up remaining an ally. I think that she's on our team.
I really like Stevie. I think I like where this is going.
Me too. Cool twist.
So yeah, not very conclusive things here, but we'll see. Aiden's back, so we're certainly going to be back. So until next Sunday, this is us signing off. Roxy, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Roxy Striar.
You can follow me at Koppel for Mayor, KOPPELFORMAYOR.
And thank you guys for writing in your comments. You guys are some of the greatest fans, so continue to support
You're the
us.
best. We love you.
Yeah, so follow us here at AfterBuzz TV on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And, of course, check out Chasing Maria Menounos Tuesdays on Oxygen, 10/9 Central. And we'll be back for Revenge next week.
PWM.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.